Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Dota 2 Canada Cup. I'm echoing in your thingy, JJ. It's okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 6 playoffs. We are here with a lower bracket best of one between Digital Chaos and Leviathan. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Mott here on moonducktv. We, of course, have Lurker Derp on stats. We also have Pim Muckle back aboard doing production, observing for us as well. JJ, how are you? How have you been? I wanted to ask, say hi to chat, or chat say hi to JJ. How you been, man? How you doing? You're not going to say that? I really just wanted to ask that one question, but I guess he probably went AFK. Classic JJ, honestly. Of course, I am here alone today for the first game, this first best of one between these two squads. Purge was supposed to be here, but he's in a pub with Merlini. Let's see, Blitz. Who else? Milk, as well as Freiberg from NIP. So I was like, all right, Purge, you better freaking win now that I'm doing this solo cast. But if you enjoy meme casting, if you're one of those people that says, damn, I really could use some memes right now in my cast, then I've got the cast for you. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people have been talking about that, and some people have been a little bit upset about how people have been casting. I'm only going to talk about this a little bit, just very quickly, and just say that I think it's a little bit blown out of proportion, maybe just a little bit, but that's okay. I know for the people that are watching that you're here, you're going to chill with me. It's going to be a good time, and I hope everyone can enjoy the cast. So like I said, it is Digital Chaos versus Leviathan. I believe this is the loser bracket. Let me check real quick what part of the playoffs this is, but this is, of course, a pretty big game. Digital Chaos already going down to the losers bracket, losing to, I think, was Elite Wolves. I might be wrong about that. No, it's Complexity. They lost to Complexity. They lost 2-1, which I think was a pretty cool series that came through. But that was that was a little while ago. Digital Chaos going up against Leviathan in this best of one. It is the losers bracket first round, so it is that's why it's a best of one. Every other game from here on out is a best of 3. This is the last best of one throughout the entire playoff series. Digital Chaos will have Buryu standing in instead of using Mason slash not even Mason because TC's playing. It's actually 1437 that is missing, which is interesting. Not sure why, but he's not here. There's some really cool picks that have been happening, obviously. MDL's been going on, and
he has a hand
what
injury. He was doing some icy things when the snow was happening. So his hand is recovering. Alright, you did it again. I have my music.
Wait, where did you hear that from? Who told you that?
Well, I'm in a house with a manager and the owner, so...
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Alright, Mr. Fancy Pants, congratulations, you're in Arizona. Ooh! I wanted you to, I asked you were like AFK or something because you were making music. I was like, how are you doing? And you just like left me hanging. So really good stuff, JJ.
I'm really sorry for that, actually. I was, you know, I'm very adamant about my food, so I had to make a muesli. Which is, by the way, really hard to find here in the US. But, you know, I was very happy that the cats accompanied me as well.
Dude, we have everything, man. We have everything.
You had, like, no, come on. Like, it's like 200 different sorts of cereals and then, like, 2 mueslis, 2 actual mueslis.
Alright, well, I guess that's fair.
It's not great.
Yeah, but if you look hard enough for something, you can find it. We have actually a beer garden here in Albany, which is very good. So
That's actually legit.
Yeah, if you ever come to Albany, I'll take you to it. They have a lot of great beer. Whenever there was like FIFA going on, we just went to a beer garden. Oh my god, it was great. It was so good. It's like middle of the afternoon for us, and we just go to the fucking beer garden, like just get hammered.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Pretty much the dream. That's actually how the Germans do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so everyone in chat, say hi to JJ. You can go ahead and mute your microphone now if you so choose to do so.
Finally, food. Yes.
Your food. And well. Digital Chaos will go ahead with the Witch Doctor faces Void and Chen. Witch Doctor, obviously, you can't drop that Death Ward into the Chronosphere, but you can drop it outside. And it does just as it affects just as much as it did with beforehand. So Chen, very good hero. A lot of people think that this hero is starting to become one of those, maybe not overpowered, maybe not super imbalanced, but he's very strong in the current meta. And Digital Chaos, of course, they have a great Chen player in AUI 2000. Somebody that is very good at micro will be playing it. Nature's Prophet is going to go for Leviathan, Earth Spirit, and Zeus. More and more often, we're seeing a lot more Earth Spirit come out on the NA Dota servers. I think a lot of people weren't really maybe the best Earth Spirit players, but we saw Archon, Whitebeard did a particularly great job, and I think they were one of the few teams in NA Dota that started picking up the Earth Spirit, and so a lot of teams have followed suit. Leviathan has played it a couple times, even going back to the Shanghai Major qualifiers. And by the way, I just had a thought and it completely went out of my mind. I don't know what just happened. I'm really sad now because I had a thought that I wanted to express, but I can't remember it. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, right. Archon is out of Dota 2 Canada Cup. They went down to Elite Wolves in a best of 3. They were up 1-0 and then lost 2-0 shortly thereafter. And then they lost to Not Today. And Not Today is also out of the playoffs as they lost to Infamous, aka X Unknown. So there's a lot of interesting teams still left in the pool. We've got Digital Chaos and Leviathan, obviously. Shazam will be playing up against the winner of this matchup. And then Infamous will be playing up against the winner of that matchup, I think. And then it's Elite Wolves and Complexity as well. So, yes. And that should be it who's left in the tournament. I might be missing somebody. I don't believe I am. A lot of interesting teams. A lot of very good teams. Infamous, actually, Team Unknown, they were sort of out of it to the group stage. But then Pain Gaming had to get out of the tournament. And so they Unknown replaced them, I believe. I believe that's how it went. But Bill or Joker can go ahead and correct me if I'm actually wrong about that. So, a lot of interesting teams. Viper is picked up for Digital Chaos. My maybe not favorite hero right now, but he's always a solid pick. And if I want to win games, Viper is the hero that I go for, and for good reason. So definitely should check him out. Obviously, very, very strong hero. He's going to be in the mid lane for almost certainly. As they already have the Void for the off lane, the Chen Witch Doctor support too, and then they need their safe laner as well. Leviathan will grab their Zeus. That's who they're going to have mid lane, unless they decide to play him as a support, which they can. But they have an Earth Spirit already, so there's a good chance that it's not going to be the mid laner Earth Spirit we saw Weehaw play on Secret for MDL. But, I mean, crazier things have happened. Ancient Apparition, good for laning. So if we look at the draft right now, Ancient Apparition's okay. Good for kind of zoning out Faceless Void, but he has, obviously, Time Walk is very, very strong in terms of just making sure you don't take a lot of that damage. They don't really have lockdown, which is the biggest issue. You have to get off that silence, that geomagnetic grip, in order to kill this Faceless Void. And that's the really good reason that Void is in the offlane and is so heavily played, is because he has such good laning that it makes it very difficult for people to kill him. Obviously, Time Dilation is a very good ability. Not to mention you have your classic Time Lock and your Chronosphere, but you know, you get up that Vlad, that Blink Dagger, and perhaps the Chrono or the Agate Scepter shortly thereafter, and all of a sudden you are a monster truck of a hero to deal with. Digital Chaos will be grabbing their last hero, which is more than likely their safe laner. No Lone Druid, no Spectre. They banned that up for themselves. Even OD, Death Prophet's more than often put in the mid lane. Gyrocopter banned out in that safe lane. So there's a couple heroes left in the pool that they can go for. I'm trying to think of what TC might want to play off the top of my head, and I can't. Maybe Razor could be okay, but I don't know if you people really still play that in the safe lane. They're going to go for the AM, though, and so that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of early game pressure for Leviathan, and AM does take a little bit of time to get up and running, and it doesn't really synergize with Faceless Void either. So it's kind of, they have a lot of early game team fight with Viper, Witch Doctor Chen, Faceless Void kind of to a certain extent, and then AM is going to be their Protect one. It's that full Protect one style coming out from Digital Chaos, and for Leviathan, they'll be going for more than likely their safe laner as well as they put the Nature's Prophet, the off laner, Spirit support, Zeus mid, Ancient Apparitions support as well.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
All right, here we go. 43 seconds left to reserve time. What will they grab? Like I said, Spectre disband, or not disband, Spectre banned. Spectre did not disband. That would be pretty cool. He just leaves Dota. He's like, I'm done, guys. I'll see you later. I'm going to another game. Peace out. I'm trying to, like, I need a hero list to be able to actually see what heroes are still to be picked, and I'm trying to think of what's good here. Lycan, okay, so some serious split push and push in general coming out on the Leviathan side. So make up for the fact that, you know, Zeus is not a great pushing hero in the mid lane. You have a good offlane pusher and a good safe lane pusher, and these heroes, with how especially can take down towers nonchalantly even, you know, within a couple of seconds. So I'm excited to see how this goes. There's not that much lockdown with the exception of Chronosphere coming out for Digital Chaos, so they'll have to think about getting an anti-mage, a good old Abyssal Blade for UR, as he will probably be in the safe lane. I was actually just watching Draskell. This is interesting. He played AM mid against Invoker. He did pretty well for himself, but then again, he's Draskell. He's pretty good at this Dota 2 game. Not to say that UR isn't, but this is up against Leviathan, so. Like I said, they don't have the most lockdown in the world. They have Chronosphere. They're going to have the Cask as well, which is pretty good against Lycan because it could bounce the Wolves and your Necro units and then back to you, so you could get stunned for a little bit longer than maybe you'd like. But there's no Bane. You know, there's no real solid lockdown, so I think an Abyssal later on down the road for the anti-mage will be good. Maybe even TC grabs a Sight Device. There's a chance that that can happen, so we'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. I'm lagging for some reason.
Yo, I have winter terrain on. Should I rejoin?
Why? What's the deal? Yeah, it's paused. You can leave. You can rejoin.
Like, I don't know if people like it.
Wait, what do you have up? The desert terrain on? Oh,
No,
I use
winter
that all the
terrain.
time. People don't like it. Oh, winter terrain? I'm sure it's fine, dude.
I don't even know where to change it. Good God. Oh, there we go. Terrain? Oh, hello. Right, let's reconnect. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure you're worrying too much about this, JJ. I almost called you Andrew.
Okay.
Since we are at a pause, have you played Darkest Dungeon before?
I did not.
Okay, so it's a dungeon crawling game, and I made a party full of esports people, and Gerg is a crusader, but and everybody has their little quirks, right? And Greg has alcoholism, unfortunately, so he drinks a shit ton.
Okay.
And you are a houndmaster.
Okay.
Actually, no, you're a jester. Just kidding. You're a jester, so I made you the best memer that I possibly could.
The best meme, alright?
But here's your quirks. You're a god-fearing kleptomaniac that also hates the undead. So that's you in a nutshell. Yeah.
Okay. What?
Yeah, you're a dank memer, honestly.
Well,
Mr.
I have fun
Jester.
in the game. What I'm sure
You also
this is,
died. Almost died, actually, last
cool.
time I went through.
Good stuff. Thanks for jinxing me, IRL. Hello.
Well, I mean, you're not going to die in real life, dude. Jesus. That's morbid. Come on now.
Come on, I'm God-fearing, am I not?
Yeah, that's true. You are god-fearing. Good point. Good point.
God.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. The pause is now done. We're back in it. Mute your goddamn mic, JJ, dear lord. I don't know why you have an echo, but well, we'll figure that out later. So we are here in our first game of the evening. We're back, the lower bracket round number 1. We're getting kind of deep into the playoffs here. This is our last game of last game of the first round. Digital Chaos, we'll see what they decide to do. TC will be more than likely going mid. The good old Wraith Band start. He gets 2 tangos to share it, and he also picks up a Fairy Fire. It's a very standard build for the Viper. You get that Akeel up, so you have some mana regeneration. You don't go bottle, because you don't really need it. Especially if you're going mech, you'll get that early headdress, so you have a decent amount of regen going your way. They already have the Chen, and that means that he could go for a very quick Aghanim Scepter if he wants to. If the Viper is going to be going for the early mech, which I think is a good chance that happens. Yawar is going to be in the safe lane. No Quelling Blade for him. Down bottom, Shibi's looking to get this early rune. He's got 400 gold. He's trying to get to that early bottle. We'll see if that's going to be the case. But this is going to be an interesting lane matchup. I'm kind of waiting to see how it's going to go. And I feel like Shibi, he can last it pretty effectively, especially if he gets level 2 Arc Lightning. But if he gets caught by a poison attack, he get run down by this Viper. And we'll see how TC does perform here in this mid lane. Down bottom, this is going to leave, obviously, Boris on the Lycan. He's going to be picking up a decent amount of regen, plus the Ring of Protection. The early Vlads will come out. And Jenkins, of course, will be involved in a lot of kills. He'll be TPing around, but he does go for the Nature's Call first. He'll probably try to steal the creep wave, but so far he's not being too successful. As Viryu, the former Digital Chaos member, going to go ahead and try to zone these treants out, except for the fact they're going to block this pull camp, which is pretty nice. Didn't block this one, so this can still be pulled, even into lane as well on the Radiant side. But we'll have to keep our eye on this lane. And that's going to leave Bulba down bottom. And Ancient Apparition already threw up the Chilling Touch. And it's really going to be Nushim. What's he going to be able to do? He'll probably go for Rolling Boulder first. He goes for the Orb of Venom. I tried to play a little bit of Earth Spirit myself recently. Didn't go well. I'm terrible at the hero. God, it's pretty hard. But, you know, I'm sure Nushim. In fact, I know Nushim is good. I've seen him play on Earth Spirit. Solid player. Jenkins is going to get hit up with the cask. Yuara's going to jump in. Doesn't have his mana break, but it'll do some damage to Jenkins. And this is actually a tough lane. The good thing is that he can always head to the jungle if necessary. But that will mean that he's sacking this off lane. But Yuara's going to get free farm nonetheless. He's got 5 lessons already and then 6 for TC mid. So Digital Chaos off to a pretty solid start. I won't say fast, but AUI also in the jungle will stack up. This camp doesn't have a Wild Wing. And there might be one over here. I think this is a Hellbear, which is also pretty good for clearing stacks. The Thunderclap, but we'll wait and see. He'll drop up the Clarity. He's got the smoke. He has a Centaur Conqueror. He can roam up top lane. That must be what he's doing, looking for this kill on Jenkins. The Maldic will come out the cask. This might be a solo kill. The Hell will fly as well. But Jenkins is not really going for a kill. It's down bottom. That's where the action's happening. He'll tango up, and he almost will fall, but he should be fine. This last Maldic tick will not do enough damage, but he's very low. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. AUI still looking for that roaming gank, but there's a Radiant Observer Ward here on the river. Should have seen AUI roam and look for that kill. And it looks like it did, just barely. I'm not sure. It was close. There's a good chance it did. Nonetheless, so he won't be successful. Jenkins will head back home. He's not leached level 2. He would have liked that so he could have TP and be involved in a couple of kills. Bulba down bottom got zoned out. He is level 2, but he's going to start jungling. No Iron Talon. He does have the Poor Man's Shield. If only he was like a Pudge, he could pull this wave, or he could pull this this camp into the wave, which is nice, but sadly that's not the case. Back mid, how's this mid matchup going? Shibby has now got his bottle plus a haste rune bottle up, but he's only got 9 last hits to the 16. This is not surprising. Viper will win most matchups mid. He's got his boots, still Wraithband. He gets a stick up as well. Very good choice, obviously. I think all of you know why he picks up the stick up against Zeus. And he'll get that Aquila soon after, I imagine. He'll pick up his treads into a mech, or could he just forego the treads and get the mech anyways? But now, Zeus will start to catch up. He's got his level 2 Arc Lightning. He's got the point in Static Field, and he will get his Lightning Bolts as well. Nushim runs in right on top of this Observer Ward here. They saw that completely. And so they ping him out. They know that he's there. Bulba was jungling. He'll get up to level 3 because of that. Now he has level 2 Time Walks. The cooldown is even shorter, and that's the best part of it. Back top lane, Jenkins trying to go toe-to-toe with Yuara. It's not really going well for him. Yuara sitting at level 4 currently. Jenkins still at just almost level 3. 25 last hits for Yuara in Digital Chaos. They're going to have the farming advantage here. But can he get enough farm to successfully stave off the early game aggression that'll happen from Leviathan? That's going to be the question. So it's going to be a very kind of boring start to this game. Not much will happen until we see maybe a successful Chen gank, or TC gets his level 6. Maybe a Zeus ult will come out. But until then, nothing really is going to happen. AUI 2000 is going to walk right back underneath this Observer Ward. He'll get the bounty rune for himself, walk back away. But Jenkins, this should signify him walking back up, or at least being a bit more careful. Instead, AUI will walk underneath the ward again, and Zeus will stay on his side of the river. This is even going to throw up the Arc Lightning. Well, AUI's like, well, there's a ward here. He drops the sentry. He's going to find it. Maybe not the best play for Shibby. He might have been going down pretty soon anyways, but that's another 50 gold he didn't have to get AUI. Roaming in the backside, Barry looking to drop an Observer Ward here very aggressively over this Ancient stack, which I think is a great idea. It also stops Jenkins from jungling freely at this camp here, at this hard camp that AUI 2000 is currently at. So Jenkins is not having the best time. 5 last hits. It almost feels like every game I've seen Leviathan, they never gave him a hero that he could super succeed in, like, or an offlane he's really got the better end of the matchup. I feel like Jenkins had such a rough time in a lot of the matchups. It has nothing to do with his play, and everything to do with maybe the drafting. They're going to roam in, they're looking for that kill. The lane is pushing in. They're going to try to kill the treants, and the creep wave so UR can go in. He's going to just blink forward, and Jenkins is going to be out of mana already. There's the ensnare. They're going to come through. Mana Void's going to fly. They don't even need it. AY to Tesla will grab your first blood. Nice gank. They roam all the way around. They were very patient with the kill, and DC were able to come out on top. You could argue that maybe Jenkins should have played a bit further back, but he would have gotten dove anyways. There's nothing really he could do in that situation. So early advantage for Digital Chaos. UR gets involved in an assist, plus 38 last hits, already at 5.5 minutes. I think maybe he's missed 1 or 2, but pretty good CS for him so far. Maybe not 1 or 2, he's probably missed more than that. He's got to pick up his treads, he's already got the Ring of Health. Meanwhile, Boris, down at the bottom lane, will pick up the Vlads. Early, he's already got the headdress. He's got enough for the Morbid Mask. He still needs the Bassi, though. I think that's it. Yeah, he just needs the Bassi. So he's got almost enough money for that Vlads. Down bottom, the push is coming. They say, listen, we won't get experience up for Jenkins, but we can give him some gold. They're going to try to push this tower, but here we go. Bury will drop the castle via TP coming, and that'll be from the Void. Bulba doesn't have his Chronosphere. He's still on level 3, so Jenkins is actually caught up nicely. Bulba has picked up an Iron Talon, though, which will allow him to jungle faster. But the pressure continues here in this bottom lane, and they're not really doing a great job of staving it off. And this will give Eagle in the top lane some chance at level 6 early on here. But the biggest thing I feel like right now is Nushim has not really been effective with Surf Spirit. I think this hero is very good early on in the game. They're going to rotate top. They're looking for maybe some damage in your war, but they have no way of locking him down. So similarly, Leviathan don't have enough ways to... They actually have no real stun other than Boulder Smash. That's it. And maybe Lightning Bolt, but that's not really enough to lock a hero down. But here we go. AWOL will jump in from the backside. He's going to drop down the ensnare. There's going to be the tornado. The Mana Void comes out from UR. That's the kill. AUI getting low, but Eagle can't find that. Big Bad Bird cannot do enough damage. That is who Ancient Apparition is. And meanwhile, Nushim jumps in Rolling Boulder. Zeus Ult gets the kill. And that'll give Nushim the assist. Beautifully done. And the Geomagnetic Grip will go. It looks like they were trying to find the AM, but UR was not going to be scouted out there. So that is pretty good against Leviathan on the board here. Sure, they lose one of their heroes in the process, but that'll happen from time to time. And so that'll give level 6 to the... Or actually, he's already at level 6. That'll give almost level 7 to the Zeus. He's got his arcanes. He's got his bottle now. But I am concerned for Leviathan. How are they going to kill Yawar? It almost feels impossible in this game. At least for right now. And even more so, I guess it's really going to come down to the silence like we talked about. And even more so when he gets the Manta Style. When he gets that Manta Style, he just Manta out of the silence and boom, you're in a good place. So Vlad's done for bodies. Just a little bit behind the Ancient Mage, and then got a Viper, Treads, Aquila, Wand. Starting that mech up is the question. Ring of Regen picked up for the Chin, so maybe he'll go for it. Maybe pick up that headdress. He could also go for a pipe too, which is very good this game, up against the Zeus, the Ancient Apparition. So a lot of good utility coming up for a pipe if they want to pick it up. We'll wait and see if that's the case.
Double damage.
And anyway, we'll finally take the stack that was here in the jungle. With the tornado coming out from the Wild Wing Ripper, he canceled it a little bit early, but I think he wants to be involved in this kill that's happening with the smoke of the Seagate coming with Biryu and TC. And Jenkins will be the one scouted out, and of course he could try to TP away after this cast will fly, and he actually might make it out. He's going to go ahead and just get himself in there, but still with the Flame Blade, they'll be able to chop through that tree and right-click and no mana void necessary. So it was a good play from Jenkins to try, but Yawar was in the neighborhood, and they'll be able to pick up that kill for himself. And again, his start, pretty immaculate. Getting free farm, 2 assists and a kill going his way. His GPM's at 421. Obviously, it's pretty early, so that number is really not that relevant, but he is in top of the net worth currently. TP down bottom, might be looking for Bulba, or at least to start pushing here. They could try to sprout, but he could just go ahead and time walk through it. There's going to be the Rolling Boulder, maybe the Geomatic into the grip. There's the time dilation coming out, and so Bulba will just time walk away afterwards. Meanwhile, mid lane, Boris going to get caught. There's going to be the shapeshift coming through. TC, no Viper Strike used. AUI TP's in, but he can't find an ensnare, nor does he have a Dark Troll Summoner to bring with him. I think it's actually somewhere. No, he doesn't have one. He's a Centaur Conqueror, but that's it. Yeah. Thank you, JJ, for the ping. Appreciate it. Good sir. Down bottom. Bulba is still taking some harass, but he's fine. Like, this is the problem. Like, you saw Jenkins die so easily, and yeah, he could TP out, but you just don't have the survivability that a Faceless Void does, because Time Walk is an amazing skill currently. Like, it's actually really good. I'm not saying that you pick Faceless Void every game, but this hero is very strong. There are also some very good offlaners in certain games. But Void in this one is very, very good. It really comes down to, like I said, Nushim and the Geomagnetic Grip. And the duration is not that great. Now there's the Time Walk at the Chronosphere right after. They need to get some damage in. Jenkins is going to take some penance. And then, of course, there's going to be the Cask as well. There's the Maledict. He'll try to TP out. He might make it away. Ooh, he will just make it out in time. Ice Blast will come through. They couldn't get off that Centaur Conqueror stomp to bring him down. It was a good effort coming up from DC, but the really good gank dodge coming up from Leviathan and Jenkins, he'll stay alive. Still, this is going to put a lot of pressure off of TC as well as your top lane. And his Battle Fury gets closer and closer to completion. And this is probably going to be about 13, maybe 14-minute max Treads Battle Fury. Great start. Bubble's gonna get sprouted, and he's just gonna eat his way through with the Iron Talon, and Nushim's like, I could Geomagnetic Grip him, and then everyone's like, he's already gone. Ice Blast's gonna sail in. It's gonna hit AOI. Good damage. He is gonna be going for the mech, by the way, so TC will focus on getting a Dragon Lance. Very good. And you can even disassemble it and build it into other items, like BKB and Butterfly later on down the road, which is very strong. A very good hero, or very good items for this hero in general. TP mid, they're going to look for Biryu, and this could be a big kill for them. Even though it's a support, a kill's a kill. There's the Arc Lightning, the last right click, and Jenkins will be the one to secure it. This will get him to level 6 and get him some extra gold, which will get him to his treads, and they'll be able to take this tier 1 tower down. AUI will walk in. They know that he's here. They saw his creeps. The Sprout is up, as they thought he might be here on the ledge, but that's not the case. Maybe just trying to get vision. But here we go. This is what I was talking about. Leviathan have some really good early game pressure, and it's going to be hard for DC to stop this. They have Chronosphere back up at 30, but without that, it is not the easiest way. You know, they can't really stop the push. Here comes the Wild Wing Tornado coming through, which will maybe do a good job. And the Hellbear Smasher to clear up the creep wave as well. Ice Blast's going to sail in. It's going to hit Bulba. AUI will be able to dodge it narrowly, but the time will come through. Nushim with Rolling Boulder and trying to find a target. Penance will come out, take some extra amp damage coming through, but other than that, he'll be fine. Meanwhile, back to the jungle. I am still not 6-slotted yet, so Yawar will not be out. Obviously, that's not fair, but he doesn't have his Battle Fury yet. He's looking to farm a little bit more. Level 6 is up for Eagle, as we've seen the Big Bad Bird. It's his real name. He might have changed his name to Eagle, but he's always the Big Bad Bird to me. What else do we got going on? Like I said, it's a very It's not that great of an early game. Like, what, 5 kills in 12 minutes? Bit of a snooze fest, but, you know, that... in Dota happens that way sometimes. It's exciting in other ways. Tread's been picked up for the Nature's Prophet. The double null tally build. Oh, man, I love this. It's my favorite thing ever. To be fair, it does give him 11 damage. Or 100 damage, not 11 damage. Dear Lord, that would be bad. Thinking about TPing in towards that bottom lane to find up TC. TC doesn't have a great way to escape, but he is very tanky with his level 4. Corrosive Skin, the Dragonlance is now done. He doesn't do as much damage as he could, but now they're going to TP in. They're going to try to find Biryu. Jenkins is just a little bit short, but he will find the Sprout. They'll drop the Sentry down. Now the Lightning Bolt will come through. Good Hand of God. The Zeus Ult could have gone, but it would not have killed him. So good call from Leviathan to back up. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ice Blast brings Bulba down. Nushim's in trouble. Magnetize coming through. Shapeshift's going to come out and Boris watch this kill. This could be huge. They've already got the offlaner. The Zeus Ult will pick up the Viper. A big turn for Leviathan. And they will take that tier 1 tower down to the bottom lane. Again, this is a best of 1. It's all on the line here. And that death for TC is really not great. Boris will go ahead and TP back to that top lane just to find some farm. And this will mean that UR will be pushed back to a little bit. To a certain extent, his Battle Fury is done. So that is the redeeming factor after that team fight down bottom, if you want to call it a fight. Is that UR has gotten plenty of room. He's got his Treads Battle Fury at 13 minutes. Not the quickest one in the world, but still very, very, very good timing. And what you expect to see from a free-farming anti-mage. Bulba does go down, and that delays his first item for however long. He's not really sitting on anything other than Treads and an Iron Talon. 4-man shield, I guess, too, but... will he go for Vlad's first? Maybe pick up an early Blink? Aghanim Scepter? No one else on his team is likely to build Vlad's, so he'll probably grab it. And here's the final outer tower, at least final tier 1 tower, for Leviathan to take. They will grab it after the glyph is done, and Boris will get his way towards that Necrobook, and we'll see if Jenkins decides to do the same. Or maybe goes for something like an Orchid. Tough. DC will go ahead and try to trade, but they might have to defend this tier 2 tower top lane. There's a lot of good team fight, though, for Leviathan. However, they do not have Eagle, but of course he does have the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, which I think he threw bottom lane, or tried to throw bottom lane. He did, he got the kill. Oh, he got the kill into Biryu. I missed it. That sucks. Alright, JJ. See, that's why I love having you here, JJ. It's just, oh, I don't have to, I don't even have to worry. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Keep you in. There's the recall coming in so that the creeps are there. They can't deny the tower. They'll get it in the end. Big creep wave, including a lot of treants that Bulba's going to have to deal with. The mech has to fly. And now with the mech down, they might want to go for a team fight here. Boulder Smash will fly through TC, avoids it, but he does hit up with the long border, drops up the Viper Strike, still in trouble. Chronosphere will come out, locking TC in, so that might be a problem. And the magnetized damage is going to work. Nushim in trouble, though. Likely will fall here. The time dilation, the last right click will do the job, but the Death Ward will get it done. TC still goes down. That is not a great trade, but Shibi will go down. The Centaur Conqueror Stomp came through, Pendants, and the right click of AUI 2000 is more than enough, but still, their tier 3 tower taking some harass in the process, or at least it's close to taking harass. They're already getting close to that high ground, but you are still trying to split push and get his way to that tier 2 tower down to the bottom lane, which will put some pressure onto that one. Forces the TP back from Jenkins, who's at 2,000 gold. If he goes for that Blink Dagger, perhaps. So many items you could build on Fury. Honestly, there's like... it's like you can build anything on this hero. Maybe short of like... kind of an Abyssal Blade, I guess, and a couple of supporting items, but... like any other item is pretty viable here. That's what I love about this hero. He's got to build just about anything. Alright, well. Good counter ward from Mr. Eagle. Down here in the bottom jungle, we'll find out in the Observer ward. And so this is the problem with DC's lineup. Yes, they have a very farmed anti-mage, but he starts losing some places to farm. When you lose your tier 1 and tier 2 tower top lane, it's not nearly as safe, so they have to start getting some defensive vision as where you've just placed down here in the jungle. Little do they know, oh, they spent 2 sentries and they just missed this Observer ward here, deeper on into the woods. That's very, very unfortunate. Boom. And then boom. That sucks. And now, what do you do when you have an advantage and you've already taken a lot of the outer towers? Well, you further that advantage by taking Roshan, and they're doing exactly that. And Boris will be the one to take the Aegis and get his first Necrobook coming up as well. Tornado will fly through, or not fly, but slowly wander in, but... the Zeus will be able to grab up the... it's Zeus getting the Aegis, interestingly enough.
is under
Well,
attack.
you are. We'll get some extra room again towards that top lane to try to split push and get that tier 2 tower. They don't have a glyph, but the Ice Blast will come in. Push him off the tower. He'll blink away as multiple TPs were coming through. He almost could have gotten that tower, but it's not in deny range, so he's okay. Look at the graph real quick. 1,000 net worth advantage for Digital Chaos, but it's sort of slipping and heading back towards that even mark. Meanwhile, top lane, there's going to be a fight. Chronosphere will come through. Death War, they'll pick up Jenkins. So a little bit of the split push has been neutered for Leviathan here for the next 32 seconds. Everyone will get out of dodge, maybe with the exception of TC, who might get chased down here by, well, at the very least, these creeps, but he's fine. He's okay. And this will provide a Blink Dagger for Void for Boba. So still no Vlads. Maybe they get it for the anti-mage. Oh, he has one already. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. No surprises there. I said that AM, or that nobody else would be picking up the Vlads, but I was completely wrong because I forgot about the AM that they had. But to be fair, AM's not really participating in a team fight or game early on, so you don't really think about him too much. Dragonlance has been done for a while, and that will be the Blade of Alacrity coming up for the Viper for probably an SNY. Could be a Manta, I guess, against the Geomagneto Grip to stop the silence. Probably not a Diffusal Blade, but who knows?
Dire's middle tower is under
And the
attack.
2-2 tower mid, the second to last tower is being pushed down, and with a double damage, this will be very easy, and the Necro 1 will fly out as well. They have Aegis. They could theoretically try to push down this mid tier 3 tower, but with the creep wave being cut by UR, they don't have much room to do it. Once this creep wave is dead, it's not going to be super easy. But however, there are a lot of creeps. Wolves, Necro units, and already this tier 3 tower is getting chunked down. Boris taking some right click with the lightning bolt just going to work as the 8th lens has been picked up by Shibby. The range that he's got to work with is pretty nuts, but still back towards mid. UR will find himself another creep wave. Now that is gone mid, they can't push it any further. They'll try to push it out with an Nature's Wrath, but they won't be super successful. Meanwhile, this courier took a lot of damage. And it's going to walk over this Observer Ward. Maybe? They see it here right now. They ping it out. He can TP in for this. Oh, Newsham's going to find it. Oh, the courier. See you later. That was a bit brash coming out from UR for sure. There's no real reason for him to do that, but still. Nothing on the courier. It is some extra gold going the way of Leviathan. And now, after that tier 2 tower goes down, it is almost an even game. Again, the anti-mage is very far ahead, but still, he's not in a position where he can fight just yet. No Manta style. He's got the almost finished Yasha. In fact, he has the money for it. And he'll buy it currently. Gonna blink. And just clear out this group at top. And we see a smoke. They've got Chrono back up off cooldown. And Digital Chaos will try to find a kill. And they will see Nusham here. The smoke will break. And Shibby. Observer will fly through. The cast will come in. He'll drop up with that Invis rune. They have no sentry, though, in place. They drop it down there. Right there. Now the Rolling Boulder back out. And Nusham, of course, will drop down that Observer Ward as the sentry comes through. The Lightning Bolt actually came in from Shibby. Beery's going to get chased down. Body block maybe coming out from these Lycan Wolves. They've got to get out. Yeah, Beery's in a lot of trouble. He should probably fall here. The Lightning Bolt, the range will be here in just a moment. He's just on the cusp of that 8th lens, and he will get it off, and Beery will more than likely die. No, actually, they won't chase him down any further. They have to worry more about mid lane and top lane getting split pushed. Oh, he's going to try to go for the tier 3, or at least put some pressure on. Dear Lord. And they've got that triple Wildwing Ripper from AUI 2000. Look at this creep wave just get decimated by AUI scripts. Sure, they will lose their tier 3 tower, but here comes the Zeus ult flying through. Now the Hand of God will fly out. Tier 3 tower top lane. UR doesn't have his Manta, so he can't quite do as much damage, but they're forced to TP back with their 2 main pushers. But now the chase is on. Bubble will find the Chrono onto Eagle. Good boulder smash, but this will not save him. He has no TP scroll, and he will fall. The Ancient Apparition Ice Blast misses pretty heavily, and he'll go down. This Lycan Wolf is already putting pressure. Look at this. Look at him just try to chew away at this range Drax. That's cute. Well, it's going to die now, but... And now Boris has his Necro 3, so if they are able to get to the racks, you better hope that you have Glyph if you're Digital Chaos. Otherwise, you're in a world of hurt, and you're more than likely liable to lose a building or 2. What will help them is the Aghanim Scepter for Bulba, and he's getting it soon. Level 2 now with his Chronosphere. He's getting up to that next item. Gibby has his Yules currently, and 2,000 gold, maybe for a Blink Dagger, or another item, you know, in general. Jenkins top picks up an Ultimate Orb. He also went for Midas, so it feels like this game is going to be going a little bit late. Could also go for a Scythe, which is huge this game against Bulba and AM. You are. Very, very good item. Manta is done for Yuar, and now his next item. Could be a Basher. I don't really know, actually. I'm trying to think of it all off the top of my head. I've seen, what I really liked recently is I've seen a lot of people go for Battle Fury, Vlad's, Yasha / Manta into Moonshard. I really like that. I really like the idea of a Moonshard earlier on in the game rather than later. That's just me, though. DC could use a Maelstrom for himself, but he instead has picked up a Yasha. Fine. If he decides to go for that Manta Rice like we talked about. Nushim is actually pretty close to Ags. He's one component away. Another team fight, and he's going to have that. And that's a pretty good way to get an AM out of position. Drop him up in the Enchant Remnant form. You pull him back, you kick him back even further, and boom. He's already in your base or in a very bad spot.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The last outer tower will fall for DC. There's no way they can defend this, really, and they don't feel confident enough to. Maybe if they had a good Chronosphere, but they'd rather fight on the high ground. And how far are they behind? They're actually still ahead because of Yuar split pushing. They're only 2 towers behind Leviathan at this point, which is damn impressive. But it's Yuar really just split pushing and being effective. Oh, they'll smoke. But there's an observer ward here just placed earlier, and this smoke should be scouted. And you can see the positioning from Bordes and the rest of Leviathan. They'll already TP back for a couple of the heroes, Nushim and Eagle in particular. And back towards the bottom lane, Boris is going to go ahead and buy TP out. And already you can see Shibi here. He's ready to go with the TP as he's picked up his Blink Dagger too. Ice Blast will sail through. It won't hit anybody. It's going to check Roche and see if that's up, but it's not even at 8 minutes yet, so they want to make sure that it's clear. Not that they could have taken Roshan, but I'm sure it's still fine.
Oh, look at it go!
All right. Still very close to that Ags. It's going to be a game-changing item. Zuso will fly just to get vision as he's getting ganked bottom lane. He's got Blink up at 5 and Settle TP away. Bulba doesn't know that he's there, or if he does, he's not going for the kill. Yuar's back up to 3,000 gold. He's probably got the most of the game. The next closest is going to be the Nature's Prophet. And he's got enough for that second ult, or not. What am I? He's not building Scotty. I'm an idiot. He's got enough for that Mystic Staff. Eagle will grab a kill on Biryu. It looks like he died bottom lane to a AA ulti, and he's almost at his Aghanim Scepter. Speaking of Ags, there's the Chen picking his up. I really still think they should think about getting a Pipe of Insight for one of their heroes. More than likely for AUI. But now that he's got this great Aghanim Scepter, he can pick up this Granite Golem, which will give them that 15 bonus HP percentage. Or getting pinged out. Picks up a BKB. They'll avoid the Ice Blast. The Shapeship will fly. Nushim could come in and look for that silence. They're going to look for a boulder smash. He gets hit up with it. Now the rolling boulder. He's going to get silenced up. He can Manta out. He's got it on cooldown for another second. He'll use it. Blink away. Jenkins misses the Sprout. Still in trouble. Nature's Wrap. Last right click from Bordes will get the job done. He's dead for 80 with no buyback. Meanwhile, the Chronosphere. Can they find Bordes? TC got caught in the Chrono. Can they bring him down with a Death Ward? There's the Viper Sword coming out as well. Hand of God will fly. Boris will fall. He's dead for 56 seconds as well. And that might have kept their base alive. That kill is huge. Maybe they still go for the push, though, for Leviathan. I don't see why not. They could try. Ice Blast. It's TC, but not Bulba. But Bulba, he should have been alright. Not that Time Walk really works with the AA ult. That is a critical kill for both teams. For the fact that Leviathan got it, they could have pushed into the base right after that. However, the fact that Boris got caught out, the shapeshift and the fight took so long meant that the shapeshift was running out of time, and then he got caught with the Chronosphere. Sure, TC got caught inside, but they were able to bring him down nonetheless, and I think that's a very big play, so that DC keep this game somewhat even. I mean, they still have a 2,000 gold advantage somehow. You look at the net worth chart here on the left side of your screen, and you see Boris, then Jenkins, then Shibi, and it's not like they're really... It's really just Yuar carrying this game, and that's kind of not great, but... Does have his BKB now, and if he can avoid getting hexed and caught out and initiated on, they'll be in a good position. And of course, Enchant Remnant does not go through BKB either, which is, thank God, that hero would be super broken if his axe went through BKB. Dear Lord. That would not be fun. Roche is now up, and everyone else is alive as well. Chronosphere is back in 20. His Ags is not quite there. He's one component away, and sure, he'd like to have it, but they're going to have to worry about a fight here in the near future. Great vision from the Radiant side. You can see there's a ward here on the high ground. They don't have a ward around Roche, but they have some creeps that they can just send in there if they really need to. Same could be said for BC, but now 2 Ags have been picked up for your supports. Ancient Empress will grab his, as well as Dushim. 27-minute Aghanim Scepter. Not the fastest, but better than average, as you can see. So thanks, Lorca. DC will jump in the pit. There actually isn't an observer ward right on Roshan near the pit, but they have one here. I'm not sure if Leviathan know this is happening, and well, if they do, they're going to decide to go ahead and put some pressure onto this Rax anyways, which is way better for them. The Hell will go through. They actually go ahead and use the Holy Persuasion to take the Necro Warrior. They'll still lose the range Rax. Could be a lot worse considering they are taking Roche, but it's not dead yet. You can see everyone's getting in. Leviathan, Jacobs will jump in looking for a Sprout. Shibby will blink through. They get the Hex up at Abiria, but there's the Chronosphere onto 3, but you are jumps in as well. There's a good cast coming through as well. Shibby's in trouble. Will use himself for the time being. And UR will take him down with the last right click, but here comes Boris, and he'll blink right away. Boris doesn't have the lockdown, and AUI will come through as well, looking to stop this. Boris will grab the kill onto Biryu. He didn't even get his death ward off, I don't believe, and AUI's gonna get caught. Will mech up. Can't. Already use the Hand of God as well, but time dilation coming through as well. Nushim's gonna get caught. They've got the penance. They're going to work on him. On the other side, you are trying to take down Jacobs with the help of TC. And it looks like both of these heroes will go ahead and fall. 3 dead Leviathan inside, might be 4 as Eagle's gonna get caught out as well. TC, last couple of right clicks will do the job. He jukes through the tree line, but will only survive for a moment longer. The time dilation will slow him down. The last right click for TC will get the kill. And the only survivor is going to be Boris, who will TP back home. And this will give UR and crew the Roshan and the Aegis. Look at this team. This fight recap will give 1,600 gold advantage, to mention the 400 gold as well. Excuse me, that Leviathan loss.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
A lot of experience going their way as well. Yes, they got the range Rax mid, but that might be the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of Digital Chaos being able to start getting ahead with the rest of their heroes and not just UR. But he is 8,000 ahead of the next closest person on net worth. He's got 3,000, his Battle Fury, his Treads, his Manta, his Vlads, and his BKB. He is getting very farmed. You have to wonder what item he's going to go for next. He won't be able to have something unless he decides to just go ahead and sell his Vlads. And he has that Aegis still. Jacobs has that Hex. It was pretty good killing Biryu, but I mean, Biryu is... they wanted to use it on UR, but oh, Zeusol gets the kill. And Biryu just seems to fall in random spots across the map. Just, like, he just dies. Randomly. Everywhere. It looks like it will be an SMY unless this Viper is going to be picking up the BKB, which would be very interesting. He's going to keep the Dragon Lance instead of disassembling it for that Butterfly. And, you know, start of an SMY, at least for now. Got 1,300 gold, and he actually has enough for the SMY, but he could be saving for a BKB. He could be going casual Yash BKB, which is fine too. He did pick up a Maelstrom, which I talked about earlier, at least I thought I did. I think this is a very, very good choice considering what he's up against. Digital Chaos are going to try to put pressure on this second to last outer tower in the game. It's going to get denied. Ooh, good Hex. But Bubble looking for that Chrono. Sprout will come out. Can he eat his way through? Yes, with the Iron Talent, he can do just that. The time dilation will fly up as well. Nushim's going to jump in. Great Enchant Remnant. He'll go ahead and bring it back and kick it back into the base. But UR wants this kill. The Mana Void. He had full mana. And UR now in trouble of losing this Aegis. He'll go ahead and Manta out of the Cold Feet and back away. Great play from Nushim. Strutting his stuff at the Earth as the Earth Spirit. Now back mid. TC will have his Maelstrom go to work, but Boris is going to go ahead and shapeshift. Biryu's nearby, but TC might be in trouble. Shibby. Eagles will come through. Boris is going to come in as well. There's the Howl up as well. The Viper Strike, great cast. Will bounce up and ready to go. The Hand of God will heal him up as well. And Boris, Boba going to go ahead and use that time dilation, but he still get that shapeshift for another good 5 seconds or so. UR's going to chase him down a little bit further, and now it's gone. They'll jump in. He'll drop up that Necro 3. He'll pop the Manta, but he's blocked in. He's getting mana drained as well, but Boris will still fall. Pendants comes out rather than Test of Faith. And it's a lot of damage with that nuke. He'll buy his BKB before he dies, but that means he has no buyback. You have to put in a lot of effort to kill. Not like it, but they get the job done nonetheless.
Haste.
Uh-oh. Oh, they ain't shit to you are.
Radiant's
Okay,
middle
he's
tower
fine.
is under attack.
They really want this tower, and I do not blame them. They're gonna get it. Ooh, Ice Blast. That's gonna hurt AY. Boulder Smash will come through.
Radiant's middle tower
Here we go,
is
high
falling.
ground, about to get pressured.
Radiant's
This is the time
middle
for
tower
UR
is
and
under
Digital
attack.
Chaos. They've got Glyph, and the Lycan is up in 12. They might lose this tier 3 tower, but I think they're okay with that. AUI got pretty low with that Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. But he's able to use the Guardian Greaves. He doesn't have his Hand of God, and they changed that, remember. Nushim gonna get Chronosphered. Now there's gonna be the Death Ward coming out as well. He even hit the Fireball from the Ancient Black Dragon, and he's dead for 48, and now the Rax and Didge are falling as well. Can they fight without one of their big initiators? It looks like the answer is no. They'll take the melee Rex, they will back up. They still have the Ages up for UR,
Radiant's
by the
middle
way.
barracks are under attack.
Oh, Beery, you please don't die. Who will they find out instead? The Yules will come through. That will be onto TC. He gets hexed up. He's going to get sent back home. Will he make it out in time? The answer is yes, and AUI will TP away as well. Meanwhile, BKB pop for Boris looking for Beery. No, Beery, not again. The last right click. It's actually going to be the Zeus ult that will get the kill. But it's only a support Witch Doctor. Beery. And he's done just enough this game for his team to have the advantage that they have. And right down mid is going to be Boris. Remember, this is a best of one. Winner is out. Or rather, winner goes on. Jesus, what am I saying? Winner goes on. Loser is out of Dota 2 Canada Cup. There's the Aghanim Scepter coming out for Jenkins. I like this. I like the fact that he went for Scythe first, then he got the Aghanim Scepter. This is good for team fights. They need some extra damage. They need to be able to bring down some of these heroes. Is it going to be enough, though? Now the Chrono comes out. They'll find Jenkins. He just bought that item. The Ice Blast will sail, and Bobo will get hit up by it. UR will jump into the Chronosphere. And now the Hex will come through. Jenkins will try to TP out. Can he make it out in time? Yes! Beautifully done. They were not able to eat their way through that tree. The Battle Fury UR was hexed up, and I think there was no Iron Talon for Boba. Now Eagle, man avoided, and he'll go down, but that is not the hero they wanted. Leviathan just hanging on barely. 10,000 net worth advantage after that fight mid and the Roche and whatever just happened. Look at that net worth graph just dip all the way down. Now there's an Abyssal coming out for the ammo. No surprises there. They pick up the Octarine coming out for the Zeus, which is okay. He's still not level 16, though, for Shibby. That's level 3 Zeus ult. It's very important. No Scepter, but still, that is 475 damage that he doesn't quite have. Here's the Roman gank bottom lane. Jenkins is going to be able to snuff it out and head into the tree line and just be able to stay alive.
Invisibility.
Good job from Jenkins to split push top lane. UR will continue to push bottom lane with his team behind him, with the exception of Bulba, who's mid. And up to 3,000 gold. His Vlad's obviously not going to be purchased because they already have one. We'll see what he goes for next. Maybe he goes to like a Maelstrom or Mjolnir, which would not be a bad choice. He's looking to jump in on top lane, though. He's going to find Boris here. He has got this hidden his
Radiant's
rune.
bottom tower is under
Very
attack.
sketchy. He wants to hit up both with the Chronosphere, but can he get it done? He's going to now pick and choose. He's going to go for Boris instead. Death Ward might get dropped. He'll drop it onto the high ground beautifully, and Bordy's, he'll be able to shapeshift. Maybe absolutely not. He got time block proc and bashed to death. He does have buyback, but now bottom lane. Fight might be breaking out. There's the Hand of God. They don't want to lose the Ancient Tyrannical. And look at the damage that is just chewing through Nusha from TC. He will not fall, but it was close, and he's going to have to head back to the well. 27,000 net worth for Yawar. Team has done just enough for him so far. Roche not back up anytime soon, at least not for another minute or two. They're going to send back, or bring back some of the creeps. Is it time to push? They want to force out this buyback. They know how important that is. And his progression of items for the Lycan is stifled severely. Picked up the Necro, picked up the BKB, and then after that, it was all downhill.
Dire's middle barracks are under
They
attack.
found a way to shut him down. I think a lot of that is the Chrono to jump in. Abyssal Blade. Jenkins is going to get caught. He's got the Hex, but great stone form. But Boba finds the initiation with the Chronosphere, and Jenkins will get caught. Viper Strike, right click, Mana Void, doing some decent damage, and they will lose Nushim as well. They'll have to buy back on Jenkins. They'll be up with Boris here in just a second. He's respawned now, but this means that this bottom racks will go down. They've got Glyph. Why are they not using it? They did not use their Glyph. Now Boris will pop the BKB. This is going to be the fight, and UR is going to work. Eagles in trouble. Zeus will fly. AUI will fall. He's got Guardian Greaves in one. Can't get it off, but UR instead will take down two. Gets a double kill. Jenkins is going to die back. UR might be in trouble here, actually. Boris' Shapeshift is about to run out. No Chronosphere. TC's got Viper Strike, but he doesn't have the mana for it. And now without Shapeshift, TC will go to work. He is getting low, and UR jumps right back in. No Mana Void, but boy, does his Vanta Style Illusions add him hurt. And they'll take down all five. And Digital Chaos on the cusp of taking this game, this series, and heading on to face up against Shazam. However, with the buyback coming up from Boris, they'll back away. They'll finish off this range Rax mid. Clear out the creep wave first and foremost. Rolling Boulder in as Nushim's back up and respawn, but now the Abyssal will come through. They have no Mana Void. Nushim can try to go for the Boulder Smash, but instead he'll just go down. And now that is a godlike spree, which will promote UR to go towards that top lane, and that's it. GG is called.
Is under attack.
Impressive display from UR.
Radiant's top
It was a
tower
little bit
is
sketchy
falling.
early on as the push was coming through, but once you're on that time limit, you have to get that game under control within that time. Get a set of racks at the very least, and maybe even take Roshan and get a couple of big kills before roughly that 30-minute mark. And that just didn't happen. 16.7 fantasy points obviously doesn't really mean a lot, but 853 GPM, 851 XPM. We'll talk more about this game as we do have the Dota 2 post-game report coming up shortly. But before we do, I want to say thank you for joining us here on Dota 2 Canada Cup. My name is Mott. With me today is Pimp Muckle as well as Lurkerderp. We'll see you all, guys, in just a moment. Congratulations to Digital Chaos. We'll see them soon. Guys, stick around.